Sunday between myself and an American Palestinian Christian from America, Dr. Shorosh. One of the objections he had against the Quran was that in the Quran, the name for Jesus is Isa. We say Isa alayhi salam, is Isa. And he said that was not his name. In his native language, in the native language of Jesus, his name was Esau. That's a common name among the Jews, Esau. The classical for Esau is Yeshua. So he says, now look in the Quran, he's called Isa. That's his objection. You should have an Esau in the Quran, not Isa. As an Arab, you ought to have known that Arabic and Hebrew are sister languages. They are almost identical. And the name Esau and Isa are similar. The languages are identical. We say Ahad in Arabic, they say Echad in Hebrew. We say Salam in Arabic, they say Shalom in Hebrew. We say Yom al-Jum'ah, means the day of Friday, day of gathering, they say Yom Sabbath. Yom. They're similar, almost identical. Esau, Isa is a variation in the Arabic tongue for Hazrat Isa or Esau. But now we have a chance of asking them, the Christians, where did they get Jesus from? Look, Esau and Jesus, they are poles apart. Esau and Isa sounds almost identical. Esau, Isa. But where did you get Jesus from? Amazing. You see, they can't see it. Jesus Christ, he said, judge not, that he will not judge. For with what judgment we judge, he shall be judged. And with what measure you make, it shall be measured unto you. So you hypocrite, why seest thou the mote in thy brother's eye, and seest not the beam in thine own eye? Jesus says, you hypocrite, take the beam out of your own eye first, before you try to take the mote out of your brother's eye. That splinter. You got a beam in your eye, and you can't see that, and you see the little splinter in your brother's eye. Jesus. Where did Jesus come from? See, this is the Latinized form of the Hebrew word Esau. Latinized form. Subject people, all subject people, they suffer from an inferiority complex. They would like to make their names sound like those of the ruling race. We might also suffer from such sicknesses. My son's name is Yusuf. So people will call him Joseph, or call him Joe. Is it not so? The name may be Ibrahim. They say Abraham. We like to make it sound like that of the Englishmen, your rulers. Now, the early Christians had the same sickness. They wanted their names to sound like that of the Romans, not like those of the Jews. Esau sounds Jewish. They didn't want their God's name to sound like a Jew. So they Latinized it by adding J. When there was no J, they added J. Jesus. And they have a sickness for adding J's where there are no J's. Yusuf, they say Joseph, added J. Yaqub, they say Jaqub. Ayub, they say Job. And everywhere there is no J, they add J's, to make it sound like that of the ruling masters, the Greeks and the Romans. Inferiority complex. So Jesus is not his name. His mother, when he was born, never called him Jesus. She must have called him Esau or Yeshua, not Jesus. But besides the point, his birth. According to the teachings of Islam, our Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he made us to accept that Jesus Christ, Christ again, is another word which they have translated from Masih, Messiah, to Christ. Sounds like Greek, Roman. Saul, one of the self-appointed disciples of Jesus, they call him Paul. See, Saul sounds Jew. So they make it Paul. Peter was not the name of Peter. Nobody ever called him Peter in his life. You know St. Peter's in Rome? Peter. St. Paul Paul was not Paul, he was Saint Saul. Saint Peter was Saint Simon. His title was Cephas. Jesus said, you are Cephas. Cephas means you are a rock. You are a hard fighting fellow, hard-hearted fellow. You are Cephas. Cephas in Hebrew means a rock or stone. So they translated that into Greek, Petros. And from Petros they got the word Peter. See, sounds Greek or Roman, Peter. But you say Simon Cephas sounds Jew. They didn't want the heroes to sound Jews. So they changed the names. We in Islam are made to believe through the lips of the Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ that Hazrat Isa ﷺ, Jesus Christ, was one of the mightiest messengers of God. We believe in his miraculous birth, that without any male intervention he was born. We believe in his many miracles, including those of giving life to the dead by God's permission and of healing those born blind and the lepers by God's permission. We believe.